Hello?
Hi, is this Chris?
Yeah, sorry, it hung up the first time and I've been trying to call you back.
Yeah, that's okay. Sorry, sometimes my phone, the microphone doesn't work, but I had it switched phones.
Okay.
I'm Jen Marshall, I'm the HR director with the. I'm giving you a call back because I understand that you wanted to talk to somebody regarding a complaint.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you seen my complaint?
What are you referring to? The complaint with the police department?
Against the police department?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that the one that you're referring to?
From August 20th, Rebecca McQuaig took my statement.
Okay.
How familiar are you with that?
I have the file on that complaint right here. My understanding is that that complaint was filed with the police department and then was sent to the prosecutor's office.
All right. My understanding is that the city ordinances that outline the way that the Human Rights Commission is supposed to take place, the procedures and whatnot in the city ordinances, state that any complaint will not be heard by the Human Rights Commission. It is a mandatorily referred complaint to the Indiana Civil Rights Commission.
Right. But the complaint was not filed with the Human Rights Commission.
Right. Now, all right, here's my... you're telling me that the complaint was not filed with the Human Rights Commission. So why is that?
The ordinance for the human rights was not passed until September 21st of 2016. So that an ordinance was not in place then.
All right. Now, all right, here's what I'm trying to figure out. Is Rebecca McQuaig represents the city of LaPorte, correct? So does she represent the city of LaPorte Police Department?
I believe so, yeah.
You believe so? I mean, you don't know?
I don't know. I mean, there's the Merit Commission and the city attorney.
All right. So, what do you know what the city attorney does? Do you know what her
The
job?
attorney for the department within the city of LaPorte.
All right. So that would be the police department then. So yes, she represents the police department, correct?
In some ways, yes. Other things go through the Merit Commission.
All right. So if I sue the city of LaPorte and name the police department, there's a good chance she's going to be the attorney that represents them, correct?
Potentially.
I mean, that's what she's hired to do. Like, all right. What I'm trying to figure out is, why has it been 10 months and now you're talking to me? Now that I'm talking about suing the city, now all of a sudden you're calling me. How come you didn't talk to me before? Because when I tried on February 5th to go speak to the Human Rights Commission, and Rebecca McQuaig had me arrested for criminal trespass at City Hall. So, what I'm trying to figure out is if you can just be straightforward and answer my questions. If I really feel like you're dancing around my questions. Like, you know that she represents the police department, but you're using all these very open-ended answers to answer my questions. And, I mean, I don't really think we're going to get anywhere like that, because it seems to me like you're playing politics and you're trying to, I mean, participate in the deception that's already happened.
I'm answering your questions. It seems to me that you're getting really angry with me.
I'm not getting angry. I'm getting confused as to how you're the chairperson of the Human Rights Commission and the city attorney is supposed to work with the Human Rights Commission, but you don't know that. Like, you don't know that she represents the LaPorte City Police Department. You're telling me maybe and stuff like that. Like, it's a simple yes or no question.
You can at any time hire outside counsel as well. So.
All right, I understand that anytime, like, you could at any time fire her and hire another attorney, but at this point, does she represent the LaPorte City Police Department?
In some capacity, yes.
All right, now if I was filing a complaint where I alleged that my civil rights were violated and there was a public accommodation violation, do you think Rebecca McQuaig should take my statement and have me sign a confidentiality waiver and then never do nothing else about it? Is that the proper way to handle these things? Or does it seem like maybe she represents the police department and that's what she was doing the entire time? Because she told me right to my face, and I have it on a recorded CD-ROM, that she represents the city of LaPorte and she cannot represent an individual citizen. Thus, when she took my complaint, she told me that she couldn't represent me, so who was there to represent me? Jeff Deutsch claims on video that he was not there to represent me. He was there to advise Rebecca McQuaig. The police were obviously not there to represent me because I asked that the police not be present. They provoke certain qualities of my disability. They make me nervous. I feel unsafe. So who was there to represent me? Because I made multiple...
You would have to hire your own counsel.
I don't need to hire a counsel to have civil rights, and I'm tired of you guys telling me that I have to have an attorney. There's something called a Human Rights Commission. Now, on February 5th, you guys...
The Human Rights Commission was not... The ordinance wasn't even passed until September 21st.
All right, so tell me why you're telling me that, because I'm telling you something about February 5th, 2016. So what's your relevance there? How is that relevant? Because I'm talking about February 5th, 2016, how, like...
That you filed with the police department, that complaint was filed with the police department and went through that process.
No, it didn't go through a process. Look, I got paperwork. That's what I'm trying to say, is you guys keep trying to go around this and it's not happening. Like, I have proof, Doc. I'm trying to solve this on a local level with my public servants because I do not want to sue my community. But you guys are busy playing politics and you keep treating me like I'm stupid or a crazy person. And neither of which is going to get this to have a favorable outcome. Like, I will sue you, but I don't want to. Like, you guys have made mistakes and you've given me the documentation to prove it.
My intention is not to treat you in any way, shape, or form like what you're saying. I'm just trying to answer your question.
Well, all right, you have a whole bunch of questions that I informed whoever I talked to yesterday that I would like to meet to you in person to give you this documentation so I don't have to just claim that I have it and then argue with you on the phone. We're not getting anywhere. Like, you're a professional. Like, how come I can't treat you like one?
I have your documentation right here.
You have what?
I have the documentation of your complaint.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Do you have... Why am I not allowed on City Hall property?
Because of your previous...
Right, all right. Well, I filed a Freedom of Information Act request for previous reports or whatever you guys are talking about, and none exist. So Rebecca McQuaig claims that there are no reports for anything you guys are talking about. Only the stuff that I'm documenting, which nobody will give me. So...
Okay, my understanding was that on August 13th of 2015, you were given those documents.
No, I was given a CD-ROM and I was told to sign a confidentiality waiver by Adam Klimsak.
That was on August 21st that you picked the audio, correct?
Correct. Like, none of this has been handled the proper way, and I can prove it. I'm trying to show you guys where mistakes have been made so you can correct them. Like, all it is simple training and discussing things with heads of departments and everything, and it's become, like, this is... Like, you guys have wasted all sorts of time and energy arguing with me, all simply because I want to be treated just the same as everybody else. Like... All I'm trying to say is that, hey, I think I was mistreated and I'd like to talk to somebody about it so it doesn't happen to other people. And it's like, there's been more effort put into hiding it. Like, how come I signed a confidentiality waiver? If
a police department complaint that has
all right, that's what... I did not want... All right, if I have a complaint against the police department, I do not in any way, shape, or form want to give my complaint to the police department. I was... absolutely 150% clear on this. Whatever she did and the end results has no bearing on the right way to do things and the way I wanted things done. Like, she orchestrated this and did it the wrong way, and you're telling me that because it was done that way, that means what? Because she orchestrated it the incorrect way?
All of the information was sent to you.
All right, and what I'm trying to tell you is you don't have all the information. I have all the information, and we will get a lot further if you acknowledge that, because I'm the one that's going to be providing you with the information. You evidently don't have it. All you have is one report you're talking about from August 13th. Like, would you like where she refuses my Freedom of Information Act request and uses city ordinances to do it?
That, I believe, is all in your file here.
Okay, so Where are these reports? Because I asked like for justification why I'm banned from City Hall. There has to be a paper trail. So how come I can't obtain that paper trail?
My understanding is that your Freedom of Information Act requests were already given.
No, they were all denied.
I have a request dated 8/20. All existing material was given to you on 8/21.
Okay. And all right, that's what I'm saying is look. Like,
And then the other information must be requested with subpoena.
so you're
That's what I'm reading here.
I understand what you're reading. Are you familiar with the way that things really work? Are you just taking her word for it that whatever you're reading, she wrote, and it must be correct because she wrote it?
Well, she is the city attorney.
That's great. She better start acting like it or she won't be for long. Like, I have no problem holding a public servant accountable because they're funded with the taxpayers' money and they're held to a different standard than ordinary citizens. And if you guys don't fix these mistakes, I'll go above you. Do you know who Luke Britt is? He's the public access counselor for the state of Indiana. All right. He told me to call the FBI
Okay.
because what you guys are doing here is illegal and it's in violation of numerous federal and state statutes. Like, I don't care what your city ordinances say. I'm pretty sure your actual city ordinances may be in violation of general civil rights, common sense. Like,
Sir, do you have a new complaint that you want to file with the Human Rights Commission, or are you still referring to the police department?
yes. No, I've tried to file a new complaint. I went there on February 5th, and I asked to speak to the Human Rights Commission, and I was told that you were on maternity leave. However, you're the chairperson, so I don't think that the delegated responsibility would automatically go to you. There's several people on the list here online at this so-called transparency portal or whatever, where you keep all the local civic information and whatnot. The Laporte website says that there's... All right, I'm trying to tell you that I said yes, that's what I'm saying, is you guys ask me if I have a complaint, I say yes. I'm trying to explain to you what my complaint is. The fact is that I know what I'm talking about, so it's like...
I'm trying to help you. Your complaint has to be in writing so that the Human Rights Commission can then review it.
Okay. I would like to speak to someone. I'm tired of you guys making me talk on the phone and put stuff in writing, and then when I try to do things in person, I'm disabled and I'm autistic and I wish to self-advocate, and you guys can't hinder that. Like, you can't force me to do all these things that are just these rigid certain ways. If I ask for accommodation, it's supposed to be there, and I'm sorry if it's not. Maybe I'll help you guys be able to get some training for it.
Accommodations, if you're requesting accommodations, what I'm saying though is to make a formal complaint with the Human Rights Commission, it's in the ordinance is any written grievance. So
Right.
we'll give
How do I come there to do that? How do I come there to do that? Because I'm not allowed on the property. Is it starting to make sense? How can I file a complaint if I'm not allowed to go file a complaint? Does it maybe look like she's preventing me from filing a complaint now?
your question if you would stop yelling at me, please.
I'm not yelling.
You are.
I'm not-
I can email you the form or I can mail it to you.
All right.
Neither of those avenues work because you are not allowed at City Hall.
All right, so why are you guys hindering my public accommodation? How come I can't go file a complaint like any other person?
This is the avenue in which any other person would file a complaint, would be to file a written complaint.
No, if other people want to go in there and request to speak with somebody in their civil government, they're allowed to do that. They're not on a no trespassing list. So, you're telling me that I'm on a no trespassing list, and I would like paperwork documentation of why that's justified.
You are on a no trespassing list because of your previous...
Okay, I don't care what you're telling me on the phone. I need paperwork, so you can mail me that, or you can email me that, or whatever. So, since everything has to be on paper and written down and everything, why don't you guys send me whatever legal justification you have for banning me from public property?
Can I send you the Human Rights Commission complaint form?
Sure, you can do that. But, what I'm trying to figure out is, like... I'm not doing this. I mean, you guys keep treating me like I'm stupid, and it's like, I'm not doing this. Like, you guys made mistakes. I'm trying to give you guys the opportunity to fix them. If you don't want to do that, I'll have somebody correct them for you. It's not a big deal. Like, I'm not going to play this game with you. You can send me whatever forms you want. I'll fill them out. But I'm not going to continue I'm not going to do the same exact thing that I just did. It's been 10 months. Like, my...
If you complain that you want the Human Rights Commission to review, I can send you the paperwork.
I don't want to do a written complaint, and I'm asking for that accommodation, but you're, like, trying
I
to...
did not hear you ask for the accommodation.
Okay,
What
well...
is the accommodation that you need?
I would like to speak to someone that is advocating on my behalf, that is not trying to make sure that the city government is okay, and I want an outside resource that is advocating on my behalf, because what you're telling me so far is, like, up until this point, nobody claims that they were advocating on my behalf as a disabled person. I'm diagnosed with autism, and a lot of the stuff that's been done is against civil law, and my civil rights have been violated. And somebody's gonna, like, fix this, otherwise, like, it'll be fixed regardless. Like, you guys can keep telling me that LaPorte does all these things however they want, but there's a correct way to do them.
Okay, if I'm understanding everything that you're saying, you cannot do the written complaint. You want the person meeting to file your complaint with the Human Rights Commission.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not saying that I can't do a written report. I'm saying that at this point, it's been 10 months. I've been incarcerated. I've been attacked. I've been battered. I've been intimidated. I've had numerous of my civil rights violated. Like, I get that you guys want me to write it down on a piece of paper, but that doesn't begin to, like, I can't show anybody these videos, and I can't give anyone these documents by writing it down on a piece of paper. I would like to submit all of the evidence to an unbiased sort of person who is advocating on my behalf, because the Human Rights Commission didn't seem to be advocating on my behalf. All Rebecca McQuaig did was tell me that she represented the police department and that they had done nothing wrong, and that I had not had a crime committed against me, and that there was all these technicalities and loopholes of why officers throwing knives at me was in no way, shape, or form against the law. Like, it's not against the law for anybody to put their hands on me. And then she took my statement and had me sign a confidentiality waiver. And then when I tried to file Freedom of Information Act request, when I went to the police station, they refused to take my Freedom of Information Act request. So I attempted to go to the Human Rights Commission and make a supplemental complaint.
Okay.
And I was arrested.
Commission, sir.
Like, there's a whole lot of stuff that this is all one big thing, and you keep focusing on small details of it, but it's all connected.
I'm letting you know what the Human Rights Commission does at this point in time.
Right, and what I'm trying to tell you is at this point, if you have, it's been 10 months, woman, if you're in charge, if you have not fixed this, you obviously are not going to, like, you haven't put forth any effort. All these things I'm telling you, you should already know, because your name's at the top of the list. So I would like to speak to your supervisor. I don't trust that you have the fitness of professional responsibility to handle this, because you haven't already, and I requested to speak to your supervisor yesterday.
Supervisor is the mayor.
That's fine, and that's who I'd like to speak to.
I filed a complaint with the Human Rights Commission, so that is why nothing has been filed.
Well, I did file a complaint with the Human Rights Commission, and nothing was done with it.
I don't have a written complaint that you filed with the Human Rights Commission.
Right. Well, Rebecca McQuaig took a verbal statement, and in that verbal statement, it's recorded that she said that they were accommodating my disability by allowing me to not do a written statement. If you don't have that verbal statement, I'm sorry. You should.
And that was a complaint that you had against the police department.
It was
It has already been addressed and sent to the prosecuting.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The prosecuting attorney told me they never received that. So, thank you. The prosecuting office never received it. As a matter of fact, when I went there to speak to the...
Filing charges. They declined to file charges. That's my understanding.
Okay, well, I have this dude on video, and he says he never got it until basically after I was arrested. So, I mean, I'll put him on the stand. Whatever. Like... You guys, I'm not doing this. Like, everything's on video. I have documentation. I'm not stupid. You guys, like, will hold yourselves accountable, or I will find somebody else to do it. I'm trying to solve this on, like, I'm really trying to fix this problem on a local level. Like, you guys, like, keep trying to cover up for each other's mistakes and saying that it can't be possible that somebody that works here made a mistake. But there's been mistakes that have been made, and I can prove it. And all I'm asking is for people to accept responsibility and fix them so they don't happen to somebody else or to me again. It's not that hard of a resolution to come up with.
Have you filed a complaint with the Indiana Civil Rights?
Yes, I filed 2, and I was retaliated against afterwards. So,
Okay, because that is the body that would be above the Human Rights Commission here locally. All we do as a commission here is complain, and then we tell you whether to file it with the Indiana Civil Rights Commission.
nobody told me that. They made me sign a confidentiality waiver, and they had a bunch of officers surround me until I left the building. So,
The commission, sir, actually review and hear. We don't hear the complaints, and we don't make determinations.
all right, well, check it out. You're telling me that all this stuff about the commission doesn't apply in August. So why are you talking about the commission? So what was supposed to happen in August? So it all falls on Rebecca McQuaig then, because there was no Human Rights Commission when she did all this? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that your complaint was against the police department, and it was filed. It went through that procedure, so it went through to the prosecutor's office. Their investigation was complete, and they declined to file charges.
All right, look, man. Like, you guys are gonna fix this. Like, you can think I'm joking, but I'm not. Like, I'm not crazy. I'm high-functioning autistic. I'm a genius, and I have nothing better to do than to make sure that this kind of stuff doesn't happen to other autistic people within this community. So, like, it's gonna be fixed. I'm not gonna let go of it. It's not going anywhere. Like, I'll go above you. If you want me to go above you, that's fine. But I assure you that it's like, in my brain, the way it works is if you're all the people that can't handle the problem, then you should be replaced, and I'll make that part of my agenda. So.
Okay. Would you like me to send you the complaint form?
No, I would like to speak to a public servant who is unbiased and represents me in the capacity of a disabled person, because that has not happened yet, even though I've been told that it was going to happen multiple times. I would like to speak to whoever's in charge, and you're telling me that it's Blair Milo, so I would like to speak to the mayor. Right. I would like to speak to your supervisor, as well as she is Rebecca McQuaig's supervisor. She's also Adam Klimczak's supervisor, I believe. So
Correct.
she's basically the person I need to talk to who can fix all of my complaints, and I don't know why she hasn't initiated contact on her own. This is a pretty serious issue. Like, if I sue the city, like, that takes money out of my community. Like, what am I, like, why do I have to have an attorney and file a civil suit to achieve a just result? Like, how come I can't sit down and have a conversation and we all just kick around a few ideas and come to a resolution? Like, that's free. Like,
If you have a new complaint, we can set up a meeting with you.
I've been trying to do that for like 6 months. Do you not understand what I'm telling you? I've been arrested trying to set up a meeting with you. Do you understand that I was arrested trying to set up a meeting with you? I was arrested trying to set up a meeting with you. Is that registering? Like,
Registering. Honestly, we're not getting anywhere here. So if this continues and you're continuing to be more and more irate with me when I'm just trying to answer your questions,
I'm not irate.
I am going to have to hang up.
I'm trying to talk to somebody who's familiar with disabled people. Like, if you don't have anybody there that can advocate on my behalf, how come we can't talk about that? Like, maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe we need to hire somebody who's familiar with my disability so that I can have a productive conversation with them. Like, because what do you handle? Like, do you actually interact with people who have disabilities? Like, do you know anybody who's autistic? Like, why is my behavior so absurd to you? Like, I'm frustrated because I feel like my civil rights were violated and that a bunch of public servants committed several acts that seem like deception-based principles to cover it up. And nobody's actually trying to solve the problem, because it's been 10 months. That's more than enough time to solve the problem. Like, how come I can't be frustrated a little bit with this?
Indicate to you that if you wanted to set up a meeting to file a new complaint, to have our local Human Rights Commission review it, we could set up a meeting.
Right, that's what I'm trying to tell you, is I no longer have faith in the local Human Rights Commission. Like,
So that you could write down the complaint.
I want to speak to your guys' supervisor. If Like, I believe that actually, ever since I made contact with the Human Rights Commission, my civil rights have been violated more. I've been retaliated against more since I initiated contact with you. I would like to speak to your guys' whoever oversees you. Like, I don't think that what you guys are doing is being handled the proper way. I ended up in jail because I asked to speak with you, like, at your building. Like, I walked there in the beginning of February, freezing, to speak to someone in person about this issue so I could make sure that there was no confusion or discrepancies, and I was arrested. Like, I walked into the building and it was already locked down. And it's based upon my previous behavior, which was, 4 days before that I filed a Freedom of Information Act request. That sounds absurd and almost insane and pretty much criminally negligent. Like I filed it went 5 months and nobody felt the need to ban me from the premises, but 4 days after I filed Freedom of Information Act request, I am. Like, that doesn't seem strange to you? Like, is that the proper procedure for the way you handle things? Is that in the ordinances? No? Hello? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Hello.